Hello, I'm Leon Panopoulos and welcome to the Random Access Show. Today we'll be talking about Windows 10 versus Windows 11 and my experience switching back to Windows 10. It's going to be a great episode, and of course I've got the latest in tech news lined up for us today. I'm Leon Panopoulos, you're tuned into the Random Access Show. Hello and welcome to the Random Access Show. I'm Leon Panopoulos, and today we're talking about my experience switching back from Windows 11 to Windows 10 after a little bit of an issue with my laptop, which caused a factory reset in order for us to fix it. Now, today, Windows 11 is the next big operating system, with so many computers now upgraded, and with so many computers also not being able to upgrade to Windows 11 due to strict hardware requirements. For example, the TPM 2.0. Now, my laptop, when I first received it, had issues upgrading to Windows 11. It was advertised with compatibility, when Windows 11 had come out. And so it took me a while to get it to upgrade to Windows 11, but it did happen. And when it did, I was really excited. But what I found out was that, straight away I had network issues. I had issues connecting to my home network for the internet, and that required a reset of my network adapters. And, that was fine. One thing I struggled getting used to was the centered taskbar, which meant my start menu and all my apps were in the middle. And, coming from Windows 10, that is a hard thing to get used to. So that's, one of the things I do like about Windows 10. It does have that taskbar on the left, which we've been used to since, the days of Windows Vista and even before that. For me, when I switched to Windows 10, what happened was I had an issue with my laptop where it wouldn't shut down. It would just continuously reboot. So what we had to do was take it back to the store from which I bought it from, and they did a factory reset for me, and then that didn't work. So they had to actually reinstall Windows itself. And when they did that, they reinstalled it with what my laptop had already come with, which was Windows 10. So I was stuck with Windows 10. And what I noticed was, right now, my Windows experience has been faster than it ever was with Windows 11. Right? So I'm on Windows 10 version 21H1, which I still haven't gotten around to updating to 22H2, even though on my lock screen it's continuously been bugging me to upgrade. I just haven't gotten around to that. I haven't gotten a chance. But 21H1 or Windows 10 has been the fastest experience on my laptop for me yet, and the reason I think that is because it's less clunky. I remember with Windows 11 there were all these graphic animations and everything was so fancy. With Windows 10, there's not as much junk and bloatware, so you get a better experience. Some people say, Windows 11 was faster. That's their personal experience. For me, my personal experience, Windows 10 has been the fastest operating system for me. And look, that's not to say that, it could just be my laptop that's better suited to Windows 10. But, for me, it's also been more stable. Definitely more stable than Windows 11. I had a few B-sods with Windows 11, and I had a few issues with Windows 11. And with Windows 10, it's been really good. Like, I've had no issues whatsoever. In saying that, it has only been 4 or 5 days, but you notice the difference straight away. It is also, I also like the some things about Windows 11 better though. For example, the UI, it looked much cleaner. And I think a lot of people can agree with me on that one, because the UI in Windows 11, really, it was going towards the Mac OS user interface, and which is a lot cleaner. I do like, as much as I hate MacBooks, I like Mac OS as an operating system. So when Windows 11 had changed their UI, a lot of people didn't like it. I personally did. There were aspects of the UI that I didn't like, but there were heaps of aspects that I did like. It looked more modern, cleaner. Everything was softer, rounded corners, and that was good. That was one good part of Windows 11. With Windows 10, everything is squares and, hard edges. But Windows 11 tried to change that, and that was good. I did like snap layouts and snap grids on Windows 11 as well, because I do like multitasking. Like, I'll have, for example, if I'm reading off something and taking notes, I will have one window on the left and one window on the right. And with Windows 11, it was so much easier for me to do that with just hovering over the maximize or minimize button and choosing my snap layout. And the good thing about that was that it was easier for me to multitask, and there was multiple different layouts. Now, I did also use PowerToys Fancy Zones for that, which was a bit more complicated. I wouldn't say that it made it easier for me, but it was easier for me to get my more complex layouts when I was working with 5 or 6 windows at once. I do like the fact that Windows 10 has the search bar on the, a search bar, not just a search button, on the left-hand side of the screen, so that I can simply just click on that and start typing in my search, whatever that may be. Right? So that was really good. Windows search, a lot of people have really big complaints about it. It's bad. But I'm in love with it. It is one of my best friends on my computer. Windows search is so handy for when you need to find a definition, and I usually 95% of the times I do not go into the link that it comes up with. I just look at the the Wikipedia snippet or whatever's already there, so it's not taking me to edge most of the time. But Windows search, it lets me go through my files, it lets me go through the internet, and I can easily look for find what I'm looking for. And Windows search, having that search bar right there in the left-hand corner, was such a convenience for me. And back to Windows 10, I didn't know how much I missed it. The removal of live tiles from Windows 11 really annoyed me. I liked having, those tiles that moved around in the start menu, that flipped through things. And they got rid of that. They got rid of Action Center as well, and like I said, the search box. But Action Center, I can easily turn on Focus Assist, or I can easily go to my settings or project to, a nearby screen, airplane mode, nightlight, tablet mode, whatever it was, screen snip, everything. I can easily go through all those quick settings, turn them on, off, and that was really good. Having that was really good. And in Windows 11, I didn't have anything like that. I would have to go into settings. Now, they did have the Wi-Fi / Bluetooth / sound, I guess you could call it a bar, and you could click into it and get all your quick settings, but it just wasn't as good as Action Center was. And the fact that I had my notifications there in the same spot as well, I love that. I personally did love that. One of my favorite things is the context menus. Context menus are back. The full context menus in File Explorer or wherever it is. Right click and I get everything. No need to go I think it was Shift F11 for that shortcut to get your full context menus. And there were people who said, oh, you can do a registry hack. And I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to do a registry hack to get context menus, and I shouldn't have to do a registry hack to get my context menus up, right? I should just be able to easily have my full context menus show up, and I didn't. So that was, quite annoying about Windows 11. But with Windows 10, all I need to do, right click, got them. And people say, people were complaining in Windows 11, but you really don't know how much you miss it. You really don't. So, and what I really like about that is that I have transparency. A lot of malware does sometimes hide in the context menus, and it was good to have that. Finally, no need for a Microsoft account to sign in to Windows 11. I shouldn't need to have a Microsoft account to use my operating system, right? And I do log in with my Microsoft account, but I shouldn't have to do that. And the fact that they're forcing people to log in unless they go through like a process of hacks that they found online or YouTube to get out of that, you cannot sign in with a local account on Windows 11 Home. Windows 11 Pro, there was a way to do it, and there was a way to do it with Windows 11 Home as well. But you shouldn't have to go through all this red tape to get to your operating system. You get a new laptop, the last thing you want to do is either log in or create a Microsoft account just to use it. So look, that was annoying about Windows 11. But yeah, like I said, this is my subjective experience. Other people are going to have different experiences. You might have different experiences as well. It all comes down to your laptop or your desktop or whatever you're running it on as well, because if your laptop is newer and designed for Windows 11, then it will obviously run faster and better on Windows 11. If it is designed for Windows 10 or is an older laptop, it will run better on Windows 10. Now, Microsoft is ending support for Windows 10 in October 2025, so you still have 3 years to keep using Windows 10, and even after that, you still can use it, though you won't get any updates, no feature updates, no security updates, like what's going to happen with Windows 7 or what has happened with Windows 7. Alright, now it's time for the quick stuff, and first and foremost, Binge, the streaming service by StreamMotion, will introduce an ad-supported plan next year, following in Netflix's footsteps. So I think this is going to become a new thing, ad-supported streaming services, and that's already a thing, free ad-supported TV or streaming television. But the fact that now Binge, one of the big names in Australian streaming, is following that, does mean something. As well, what we see is, maybe more people are going to sign up to Binge because it's a cheaper plan and ad-supported. So, and some people are fine to watch some ads, halfway through their show, because on TV you would do that anyway. So hopefully Binge might get some new additions to their platform, both customers and shows. And the new iPad has no more Lightning port and no more home button. I'm mixed on that. The home button I love. I have my iPhone 8, as you all know, and the home button is one of the best features about it. Lightning port, not the best feature. I'm happy that they're moving to USB-C, and I think a lot of people are happy about that. But home button, it removes Touch ID as well, which a lot of people use. And but I'm glad to see that Apple is moving to USB-C, the better and the newer standard, because Apple needs to be taught that their stuff is not always the best stuff, and I think they haven't realized that yet. But thank you to the EU for introducing that, the Digital Services Act, that new law, and hopefully we see that in some iPhones soon. That's all today, though, for the Random Access Show. I'm Leon Panopoulos, and I hope I've taught you something about Windows 10 and Windows 11 and which one you should download on your laptop or your next PC. For now, though, I'm Leon Panopoulos. You're tuned in to the Random Access Show.